Hola, it's Kelly from Ecuador. This is my second video blog. School is now pretty much underway and has become a normal part of my life, so I'm going to spend most of this video blog talking about school. To get to my university every day, Universidad de San Francisco in Quito, I have to walk 10 to 15 minutes to the bus stop, and then from there, I take a 20 to 25-minute bus to Cumbaya. It's a valley right outside of Quito where my university is located at. And then I go to class. My first and most interesting class is my Temas de Latinoamérica class. It's a political science class focused on the issues in Latin America related to policies, diplomacy between the countries in the Western Hemisphere for the most part. There's about 30 students in my class. The class is highly based on discussion, and I haven't really participated yet, but I'm sure it'll come. We just finished our first section on United States and Latin American relations, and luckily I already knew most of the history, so listening was relatively easy because I knew what was being spoken of. And now we're studying about relations between different countries in Latin America and how it affects others and what their hopes for their future plans are. Aside from my Temas class, I have also enrolled in beginning Quechua. Quechua is the indigenous language here in Ecuador. It's relatively easy if you just keep up and study the vocabulary. The only thing that's a little bit difficult is the sentence structure. They put their verbs at the end of the sentence. So, for example, if I wanted to say, my name is Kelly, I would say, Nukanka Kelly Mikani, which means my Kelly name is. And so that's the hardest part, is just learning the sentence structure. Another way I plan on getting to know the country is I enrolled myself in the volcanology class here. My professor is kind of crazy. He's very eclectic and just, for example, the other day we were smashing rocks to classify them. And so he could pass the rocks around the class instead of giving them to the students closest to him and having them pass them back. He was throwing rocks the size of your fist, up to, even a little bit bigger to some extent. And luckily he hit nobody, but there was some smashing on desks and walls, and he would just turn around and throw them over his head. He's kind of crazy, but I really like his class, and with the class I get to take a few field trips to mountains and volcanoes around Ecuador, so I'm pretty excited about it. My final class is my fun class of the semester. It's Alto Cocina, and basically it's my cooking class. It's a class I have once a week where I learn to cook Italian and Ecuadorian cuisine, and I actually wear a full culinary cooking school outfit with the button-over white vest and the checkered pants and an apron and a silly chef's hat that falls over my head. Um, and so far we have made pasta from scratch, a million different kinds of sauces. I couldn't even begin to tell you what was in them. And my past class, we worked on soups and using meat in certain recipes. And at the end of class, we always get to eat what we make, so I really enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to learning how to cook finally. Aside from my classes, I recently went to a mestizo performance in the Old City in Quito. Mestizos are of Spaniard and indigenous descent and have very colorful and meaningful outfits. Here's a clip of the dances as they become more symbolic and meaningful of their culture and their worldviews. something else I will be doing on my blog a few times throughout the semester is asking Ecuadorians questions that you, my little audience of viewers, have asked me to ask Ecuadorians. So this week is my first question with my Ecuadorian host mother, Diva. Esta es mi mami, Diva.
Hola, soy Diva. Soy de Quito y soy ecuatoriana.
Sí. La pregunta está, en Quito, ¿qué lugar está tu favorita y por qué?
Mi lugar favorito en Quito es el Parque Metropolitano. Me gusta porque hay muchos árboles, porque los pájaros cantan, porque la gente está muy tranquila, porque hay mucha naturaleza y unos paisajes muy lindos. Por eso me gusta el Parque Metropolitano, es mi favorito.
Adiós, until next week.